Hi, my name is Hallie, and I just got done recording your Summer Sun Superband challenge. I'm sweaty. It was a really great workout. I hope you enjoy. If you want to grab a set of hand weights to make anything harder or to transition between band sizes, feel free to have a few sets of hand weights ready, and let's get ready to go. We're just going to start by marching in place. Getting that blood moving. Get your breath going. Big inhale through your nose and exhale out through your mouth. We're going to take it to a step and tap across our body in 3, 2, and 1. So big step and reach. Step and reach. Think about getting low and then getting high. So getting those legs warm, getting the back of our bodies warm, twisting our spine. Inhale in, exhale with breath. Big reach. We're going to take this up overhead next in 3, 2, and go ahead and reach overhead. Big stretch. And reach. Low and high, down and up. Almost there. Reach, and press. Good. Last 3, 2, and 1 more on each side. Go ahead and bring your legs to the center. Let's get into a nice deep squat here. Elbows to the inside of your knees and just rock side to side. Seeing how those hips feel today. And then let's slowly bring it up. Feet come together. Inhale down, exhale, rise onto the balls of your feet. Get that blood moving through our bodies. And down. Inhale, lift. Last 2. And stretch to the sky. Take that left foot over your right. Nice stretch forward here. Big inhale to lift. Exhale, right foot over left. 1 more time each side. Big lift up. Stretch it down and across. And last time. And stretch. Go into a little splashing the water exercise. So we're going to take 1 foot forward. Send your booty back so it's a hip hinge. We're scooping the water, splashing on our face. Down and scoop. Down and scoop. Good. Last 2. And scoop, and then switch, other side. So hinging, sending that booty back, nice big stretch. And lift. Make sure you're not rounding your back. Last 2. And last 1, nice big stretch here. Good, go ahead and find one of your lighter bands. Now, the bands are totally optional. We're trying to do an overhead squat today. So if you're using that black band, it's going to be hard to have your arms straight. Totally optional though. So we're going to take a step onto our band. Our toes are turned out about 30 degrees. The goal here is to have your arms straight. So you may even need your lightest band for this one. Okay, we're getting right into it. Hands to the sky. We're inhaling down, exhaling to lift. Okay, so nice and slow. I'm going to show you this also from the side, which is keep going as I'm talking. Make sure you're not rounding your back. So you're trying to keep those hands stacked over your head. Booties are going down and lifting. If this gets too heavy, take the band to your shoulders and we're just here instead. Inhale down, exhale to lift, right? Or even just holding it with your elbows in, kind of like a front rack squat position. If it's available though, keeping your hands up nice and tall. Shoulders away from your ears. Good, nice big breath in through the nose. Exhale like you're blowing out through a straw. We're doing 20-second transitions today. Last little bit. We've got push-ups on deck for a whole minute. Last one. And nice big press. Release the band. Grab a sip of water if you need one. I forgot my water bottle. I'll be right back. Okay. Water whenever you need it. Okay, right into our push-ups. So, your friendly push-ups, our knees down. Hands directly under shoulders, your timer's on, so get going. So inhaling to lower, exhale to lift. Now, if this is still too challenging for you, you need to find countertop. Work from here. Chest down and press. You want to think about keeping your shoulder blades nice and wide across your back so you're not scrunching your shoulders up to your ears. Or we don't want to be dropping the head down first. Everything is in a nice long line. Chest leads the way. Chin is slightly tucked. But inhaling down, exhaling to lift. Good. Now you can also do these full push-ups if you're up for it. Another way to do this too is to lower down, your knees up, knees down, press. 10 more seconds, you can do it. Then last 3, 2, and last one, nice job. We got 4 exercises in this first circuit. Our bent over row is on deck. I like the purple band when I'm sitting for the bent over row. I think I'm gonna go for the black one today. So stepping on your band, holding on to that handle, nice flat back. Exhaling, we're pulling up. Inhale down, exhale to pull. So to make this harder, you can step your feet a little wider. It's gonna give you more tension on the band. The closer your feet are together, the easier this is gonna be. We're pulling. Inhale down. Make sure you're not rounding your back or sending your knees forward like this. So you wanna have your hands directly underneath your shoulders. Elbows are pulling towards your hips. Shoulders, make sure they're not scrunching up either, right? They're pulled back and down. Good, almost there. Squeeze. Take a little pause at the top. Good, nice job. Almost there. We've got reverse lunges on deck. And you can use our modified versions that you've seen before or add weights to make this harder. In 2. And last one, squeeze and release. So remember, you can attach your band into the door for a little bit more of an assisted lunge. Today, I'm gonna work no weights for this first set. Okay? So we're just stepping back and out. In 3, 2, a little breathless, and 1. So here we are, lunging. We're switching each time. Lunge, and lift. So I like to think about knee going slightly forward in front of the toes. Hinging your body slightly forward is going to also give you a little bit more booty stretch than being in a more vertical lunge like this, okay? So think about hinging and then up, hinge and lift. So you can make this harder again by holding on to some hand weights, making the range of motion maybe a little bit smaller, maybe a modifier. Make sure you're not coming behind your knees not coming behind your ankle, right? It's coming slightly forward. Good, almost there. We're not taking a major break until this whole circuit is done. Good, last 3, and 2, and last one. If you need to grab a sip of water, you got a quick second. Right back to our Superband overhead squats. And you could also use hand weights instead of the band. All right, toes turned out slightly. Hands overhead. Here we go. Inhaling down, exhale to lift. Nice control. Shoulders back and down. You're resisting the tension on the way down and on the way up. Shoulders are getting a slight little workout here. Good. And let me show you from the side. Making sure when we do this, we're not letting the back round or the hands drop forward. So hands overhead, booties down, below the knees if you can with your butt, and then back up again, okay? Good, you can do it. Nice big breath. Again, if the band's too much, spun your shoulders and keep going. Or ditch the band altogether. Good, last little bit. Here's 3, 2, woo! And last one, going into our push-ups next. Carefully take that band off. Right into your favorite set of push-ups. Again, you can do them on a countertop or on the floor. Countertop is a great way to get stronger faster by getting better range of motion. Okay, here we go. In 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. Inhale down, exhale to press. Elbows are angling back slightly, so they're not way out to the side like this. So kind of pulled back and in. They're also not tucked like this. So think about that degree of angle at your elbows. Nice big breath in through your nose. Exhale like you're blowing out through a straw. Perfect. We can do it. Past halfway already. Inhale down, exhaling up. This first circuit should get us pretty sweaty. There's not a lot of breaks right now. The 20-second transition is really just enough time to get yourself set up for the next exercise. We've got our bent over rows on deck. Last 10 seconds. Make them count. Inhale to lower. Exhale, big press. You can do it. Sometimes putting a smile on your face helps too. Last 2. And last 1. Find the band you'd like for your bent over rows. Remember, a modifier would be to do the seated position. It's going to put a little less tension on your back, so that's your option to do this from a seated position. Okay? And I'm using that black band standing. Feel free to use whatever band is best for you, or even using some dumbbells. Here we go. In 3, 2, and let's get to it. Pull and squeeze. Inhale down, exhale, release. Good. So think about pulling your hands towards your hips as opposed to like pulling up this way, right? We're pulling backward. Good. Squeeze. Nice and strong. Take that little pause at the top and then slowly back down. Squeeze and pull. Slow release. You can do it. It doesn't need to be fast. Again, you can also do this from the seated position. And squeeze. Inhale forward, exhale, squeeze. Nice big breath in through your nose. Exhale like you're blowing out through a straw. Make sure your spine is neutral and you're not rounded like this. Good, last 10 seconds, you can do it. Squeeze and pull. My band is tighter when my legs are straight. Just remember that. Last 1, squeeze. And release right into those reverse lunges. I'm gonna grab a set of weights today. Again, feel free to do whatever version that you would like. All right, your timer is on. Let's get right to it. Reverse lunges alternating. Down and center. Again, the goal is to try to tap that knee all the way to the floor. Down and lift. Inhale down, exhale up. Again, slight hinge forward from your chest. Breathing. You guys are making me sweat today. Good, nice and slow. Nice control. And you can modify, make these smaller. Don't go quite as deep. However, I would rather you ditch your weights and keep going with full range of motion. Good. Last 10 seconds. We can do it. One more set, and then we get a full minute break. Last 2. Whew. And last 1. 20 seconds. Right to our overhead squats. How do you guys feel? Can you do one more set? All right, overhead squats. Ready? Get to it. Timer's on. Last time through. Knees turned out, toes turned out, hands overhead. Inhale down, exhale to press. Squeeze. Inhale down, exhale to press. Shoulders stay away from your ears. Knees going out over your toes. So the goal is to get that booty below your knees. So I'd rather see you with no band and getting your booty low, right? Getting that booty low. Use your hands to counterbalance. Nice and slow. Almost there. Last 15 seconds. Inhale down, exhale to lift. Let's go, let's go. Right into our push-ups from here. Picking any level of push-ups that you would like. In 3, 2, and last one, I'm gonna go for modified on the floor with my hands on the dumbbells. This gives you a little bit more depth. So because your hands are elevated, you can also be a little more friendly on the wrists. You're gonna need a little deeper stretch through your pecs. So here we go. In 3, 2, and 1. Inhale to lower, exhale to press. Nice big breath. Nice long neck. Chin is tucked slightly. I'm gonna do a good example this time through. So you wanna make sure you're not letting your chin up like this, your shoulders shrink. So pull back, tuck the chin, lead with the chest. Keep your core strong. Exhale up. Inhale down, exhale to lift. We're already at that halfway point. You're gonna go nice and slow on the way down, quick to press up. Big breath. I've got our bent over rows on deck. Anybody else sweating? I know I am. Good. Last 10 seconds, you can do it. Down and press, maybe just 2 more good reps. Woo! And last one. Nice job, everybody. Bent over rows or seated rows as a more friendly option. Your choice. Let's get right to it. Stepping on that band, and your timer is on. Wider the stance, heavier the band. Pull and squeeze. Inhale down, exhale, pull. Get a nice big breath in through your nose. Exhale like you're blowing out through a straw. Nice flat back. Good squeeze. Hold at the top, right? Nice big hold at the top and down. You could also do this with a set of weights. Definitely make this harder. Exhaling, pull. Almost there. Nice flat back. Keep it going. 10 seconds. Squeeze. Reverse lunges to finish. In 3, 2, and last one. Okay. Little breather. Grab some water. I'm right here with you on this workout, y'all. Let's make it count. All right, move on. Reverse lunges. I'm going to face this direction this time. Down and up. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. Hinging forward. Slightly from the waist. Big breath in through your nose. Exhale out through your mouth. Remember, I'd rather see your range of motion be deeper than to be using the weights, right? So if you're starting to struggle, like I am right now, hit your weights. Keep going. Down and up. Down and up. Almost there. Almost there. Heart rate's climbing. Less than 15 seconds. You can do it. Breathe. You get a whole minute break next. In 3, 2, and last. Woo. All right, y'all, shake it out. Grab a sip of water. You're doing great. Yep, I got the sweat going on. All right, almost there. We've got RDLs, shoulder presses. I'm gonna throw a little Pilates flair in today. So the third exercise is gonna be a different ab exercise each time through. And then pull apart is the last one, okay? So go ahead and grab your favorite band for the RDLs. Stepping on the band. I'm gonna show you this from the side. Looks a little like the starting position for bent over rows. And then from here, we're standing, right? So booty goes back. So instead of rowing, right, we're just standing up. Inhaling down, exhale to stand. Inhale to lower, and exhale to lift. But again, you can do this with dumbbells to make this heavier and harder. You'll get more pull and stretch at the bottom, which can feel a little bit more challenging. So weights would definitely be a great addition here. But nice and slow. Squeeze and lift. Inhale down, big pull right through your booty, and then stand it back up. Last 15 seconds. Inhale down, exhale to press. Last 2. And last one, squeeze tall. Let's go slow on the way back down. Good, and release. We're only making it through this circuit twice, okay? Just 2 times through. Shoulder press isn't on deck. Your bands aren't super stretchy. You can also try this red one. Otherwise that black one, which is kind of borderline for me. So here we go, we're stepping on that band. Elbows are slightly in front. We're pushing up. Inhale down, exhale press. We go to the side. So elbows are slightly in front of my body, and then press. Inhale down, exhale to press. Shoulders, stay away from yours. Make sure you're not scrunching. Look, like this, no scrunchie. Okay, don't do it. Shoulders down. So you're resisting as you're pressing up even. Again, if this black band is too heavy and not stretched out, use the red one. I'm borderline not able to do it the whole time with this band without losing form. Doing my best. Good, just a few more good reps. If you need to stop because you're at failure, good. Please don't go to failure on anything today. Almost to failure, not quite. Last 2. And last one, big press. Nice job, we're coming down to the mat. We're gonna do some classic Pilates today. So we've got a single leg stretch. So you're on your back. We're sending one leg out and switching. So you're just kind of tapping your knee. Call this tabletop 90 at the knee, 90 at the hip. Just trying to bring it here. So friendlier options. Head down, hug the knee in, toes to the sky. Hardest option, the legs go longer and lower. And then don't pull that knee in quite so close. Just tap and tap. Make sure your ribs aren't flaring off of the mat. Up nice and high. Big breath. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. So it's like a sniff and a blow. Pull your tummies down instead of pushing out. Pull it down. Last little bit. We got band pull aparts for our last set here. Press and squeeze. Come on, you can do it. Good. Last 2. And last one. Can you come up to standing without using your hands? Whew, almost didn't make it. Okay, band pull aparts. Again, we're gonna hold the band nice and tight. We're squeezing those shoulder blades together. So pull and squeeze. Inhale forward, exhale, squeeze. Make sure when you're doing this, you're not doing that with your back. So when I say knit the ribs together, see how this part's pulling in, even though I'm opening here. So you're not doing that with your back, okay? Ribs in. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale forward, exhale to squeeze. Inhale forward, exhale, squeeze. You can do it. Pull and squeeze, and forward. Pull and squeeze, almost there, we can do it. Pull and squeeze. I really thought we might get through this second circuit in fast enough time, but I'm gonna limit it just to 2 circuits all the way through. Last 10 seconds here. Good. Bringing that band to chest if you can, but it's getting too heavy. Just let your hands come a little wider on the band. Good, last 2. And last one, squeeze and release. Nice job. Right into our RDLs, no break. Okay, right into our RDLs. Let's see what we've got for time. Yes. Right into those RDLs. So stepping on your band. Here we go now. And we're getting right to it. Get some good tension on here, and then pull and stand. Inhale down, exhale and stand. Good, nice and slow. Squeeze. Nice hinge through your hips, nice flat back. Make sure you're not rounding. Flat back. Abs in, butt goes backward. Almost like you're trying to shut a car door behind you with the booty. Good, inhale down. So squeeze. Good. And squeeze past that halfway point already. You can use dumbbells to make this heavier and harder. Good, so close. Squeeze. We got shoulder presses on deck. Again, hand weights are also optional if these bands are still too heavy. But if you don't use the bands, you're not going to get more stretchy. Good. Last one, squeeze and hold. Slow on the way down. And then release. Okay, let's see what we got for these shoulder presses. You remember, elbows are slightly in front of your body, shoulders back and down. Step on that band, and let's get right to it. So bring your elbows in, and then press it up. Inhale down, exhale, press. Soft little bend in your knees helps as well. Press and squeeze. Big breath in through your nose. Exhale like you're blowing out through a straw. Good, I'm right here with you guys. We're almost done with this second set of circuits. Do your best. Make sure you're pushing it. Not quite going to failure, but almost to failure. We've got our scissors on deck. My favorite Pilates ab exercise, or I should say one of them. Almost there. I'm almost getting to failure with this band. I'm just gonna take it a little slower. You can see what that looks like, right? Almost not able to press. Good. Last 2. We get one more out of us. Press. Good, and release. All right, right into our scissors. So our friendly options for scissors look like this. Toe tap and then up. Tap, tap, switch. Head can be down. Tap, switch. Tap, tap, switch. You're gonna go for full scissors. We're up high. Pulse, pulse, switch. Legs are straight. Try not to pull them in like this. So squeeze your quadricep. Pulse, pulse, switch. The pulse, pulse is trying to pull your back off the ground and pull your pelvis out like this, or your ribs to flare. So don't let that happen. You can make your pulse smaller. Try not to yank on your leg. You're just touching your leg. And catch the leg. And catch. And catch. Almost there. Catch. And catch. You can do it. Last 10 seconds. Big breath. Right here with you guys. I'm sweating too. You can see it. There's 3, 2, and last one. Nice job. Come on up to standing again. Grab your band. Pull aparts. Last minute of this last circuit. Hands out in front. Pull and squeeze. So you can make this harder by cinching up closer. To make it easier by dropping down just to one part. Using both is definitely going to be heavier. Pull and squeeze your shoulder blades together. Soft bend in your knees. Pull and squeeze. Make sure you're also not squeezing your shoulders up like this. So you want to be in that neutral position. Here we're not letting the shoulders elevate. So we're just squeezing them together. We're just retracting the scapula right now. Squeeze. Inhale forward. So squeeze. Good. We're going right into our cool down from here. I know you can do it. Squeeze and pull. Last 15 seconds. Stay with me. That little burn on the back of our shoulders. It's so good for us. Whew. Last 3. Come on, everybody. 2. And last one. Squeeze and hold. And then slowly release. Nice job. Let's take a nice big inhale up to the sky. On your exhale, bring your chin to your chest. Roll it down. So I'm going to show you from the side. Chin tucks in first. Upper back, middle back. Let everything relax down. I want you to maybe soften your knees. Nod your head yes. Shake it no. Maybe ragdoll your arms. And just take a pause here. Let's go back up. So tuck your tailbone, lower back, middle back. Look how my chin stays down. That is the last thing to come back up. Take a nice big inhale up this time. Exhale to roll it down. Chin to chest. Upper back, middle back. Nice and slow all the way forward. Let those hands dangle down. And then let's slowly walk our hands forward. And then just walk your feet back. Or just a down dog, pedaling. Heels here. Bending one knee, lowering the opposite heel. Let your hips swing side to side. Maybe turn your head side to side. And then take your right leg up. 3-legged dog. Right into our runner's lunge. So take your right foot forward. And grab your foot if you need to. Also drop this other knee down. And then right into runner's lunge twist. Right hand to the sky. One more deep inhale. And back to center. Left leg to the sky. 3-legged dog. Right into runner's lunge. Again, you can drop your right knee down. Right here. Left arm to the spine. Nice big stretch. And then back to your downward facing dog. Try a little pigeon today. Right leg reaches up, 3-legged dog. I'm going to show you this from the front this time. Here. And then slide your right leg forward. Slide. Here. Now, if this does not feel good, this pigeon pose looks like this. You can come onto your back. Right foot over left knee. And hold here. Wherever you're at. One more deep inhale if you want to stay on your back. Great. Otherwise, back to down dog. Left leg up. 3-legged dog. Slide it right into pigeon. And it goes back. You can come down a little lower into that stretch. And then back to your down dog. And then slowly just walk our feet forward or come to sitting. Do some little hip rotations today. So I want you to take your feet out kind of wide. We're just going to drop the knees in like this, out and in. Try and get a little mobility. So internal rotation from your hips. 3, 2, and last one. Let's come into our mermaid Z sit. From here, we're just going to take a nice little stretch to the side, to our side body. And then slowly press up, stretch to the other side. This feels a lot different. Try to anchor that booty down. Center. And let's stretch forward again. So a little bit more hip flexor, booty side, booty stretch. And then let's take it to the back. Stretching through the front of that leg. And then switch, so come forward, just switch your feet around. So I'm going to sit here, stretch to that left side. And then all the way to center, take it across the other side of the body. center, slide everything forward. And stretch here. To the back. Bring that stretch to the front of that leg here. And then from center, take your right arm across your body. Take a nice little stretch here. And then switch, other arm across. And take a nice big inhale up to the sky. Exhale, shake out any leftover tension. Just shake it out of your body. Little mini temper tantrum. Let's do it again. Big inhale up. Exhale, shake out the boogity. Shake, shake, shake them out. And last time, big inhale up. And then exhale, hands back to your heart center. Thank you so much for coming to your week 3 Summer Sun Superband Challenge. My name is Holly, and I hope to see you in the next one. Hey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment below. The links to the bands are also there.